Hi, we're Lee.
And Mia Allen. And we are married. We actually met when we were in college working at Applebee's. We thought that would be the only time we would work together because Lee went to school for a degree in business and I thought I was going to teach early childhood education. Little did we know that we would both be teaching high school algebra next door to each other.
So we are both math teachers. We work at the same school. Um, what what happened when we started working at the same school is we developed a new system where we started teaching math in a different way, where we removed the unit concept and we started teaching topics and we started spiraling topics so that every quiz and every test contained material from throughout the whole year. So students had to continuously revisit and remember material. We had tremendous results, and this led to us speaking at other schools in our own department and working with other math teachers. The feedback we got there was that it was great, but that the other teachers would not be able to create that many assessments, and it would be too hard for them to do what we were doing on our own and implement it in their way. It was understandable. So that led to an opportunity for us where we have now created an assessment platform. It is called a pivot tool. So with that tool, we're able to utilize student data and we're able to spiral that learning for students in an intelligent way, in a way that saves teachers time, and in a way that efficiently pushes each student at every level, so at lower levels and also at higher levels.
So the things that we care most about are helping other teachers. It seems like every year that we teach, more things get piled on our plate. We're expected to respond to tons of emails and make successful parent contact and document and have lesson plans that are engaging and interactive and utilize data and all of these things that take a lot of time and become exhausting and overwhelming very quickly. So we really care about helping teachers be as efficient as possible. And with our method, we're able to work our contracted hours and have really good results, and our students are successful and happy.
And then what we've witnessed with this, with the implementation with our students and then other students that have implemented this outside of our classroom and outside of our school, is we've witnessed an incredible increase in student retention. We've witnessed an incredible increase in teacher happiness because teachers are able to focus more on teaching. We've also witnessed an improvement in the achievement gap. A lot of historically underserved students, whether that be Black, Hispanic, students with IEPs, with learning disabilities, students of ESOL with English as their second language, those students have made tremendous gains where they're performing at almost the exact same level as other traditionally better served students. So it's something that we're really passionate about because we believe it gives students the opportunity to empower themselves and take learning into their own hands and allow students who want to be successful the opportunity to do so.
We've also seen a lot of students become confident in math, students that never felt like they understood math or were good at math and their parents weren't good at math and genetically they just weren't ready to be good at math. We've seen those kids really soar and become confident and retain the content to where they're successful in future years as well.
Then some of the other things we've witnessed is a lot of students really are able to adapt a growth mindset. We challenge students with what they're struggling with. We give them appropriate questions with topics they're struggling with. We give them questions that are new, and we also challenge them with topics that they're performing the best at, and we challenge them with harder questions there. But because they're being challenged, a lot of times students score lower on a formative assessment than they're used to scoring. But once they really buy into the model, students really adapt the mentality of growth mindset, where you'll hear them as we're going over things. Say it's a very high achieving student who's used to making 90s or 100s on everything, and they make a 60 or a 70, and you'll literally hear them tell other kids, "Oh, I made a 60, but it's okay. My test will replace it, or I'll do better next time," because they've really adopted this growth mindset and they know that they're being challenged at a high level, and they really buy into the learning process and how they can really improve themselves and make their learning stick.
Another benefit of cumulative assessment that we've recognized is the ability for all students to learn at their own pace. Students that may understand something slower or take longer to grasp a concept figure it out eventually because they're seeing things over and over and over again. We're able to move on, we're able to be very routine and structured. We have super clear expectations where the kids know exactly when their tests are and when their quizzes are and what to expect and how to improve and what to focus on. And that allows students to not only know what's coming up, but also what they're good at and what they're not good at. And when students are able to see their own strengths and weaknesses, instead of just saying, "I'm bad at math," they can say specifically, "I'm not great at this topic. I don't understand this kind of topic." And then they know how to improve.
So one thing we've learned here is that there's a lot of research behind this process, but implementing it, like we witnessed when we spoke with other schools, implementing it can be a daunting and overwhelming task for teachers. So the science of learning is a big part of how we do this. So we're using spaced recall with information for students. So we're targeting that recall in an intentional way with what students are good at and bad at appropriate levels. So they're having to recall these things throughout the entire year. That helps with long-term memory, that helps with retention, that helps with deepening the understanding, and it helps with transfer of knowledge as they move on to other skills. This isn't just for math. This is all subjects, all learning. And then also we have interleave practice where we're meshing multiple topics into the same assessment. So students are having to understand what's being asked of them, and then they're having to recall what that information, where it's coming from, and it really challenges students. And we really embrace struggle because that's part of the learning process, and it's not easy, and students do struggle, but they do have a much better outcome because of that.
Our vision is that one day everybody will teach this way because it makes sense. When you don't understand something, it's not just spoon fed to you. You have to figure it out. You have to struggle through it. And a lot of times you don't have another option. So we want this to be like a normal practice in schools everywhere, to where students are able to learn at their own pace and challenge themselves and be accountable for their own learning and feel confident, feel proud, and know their strengths and weaknesses.
If their learning isn't just massed in one area where it's just practice, 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 practice this siloed unit, and then take a test and check the boxes and move on, and you never really see it again. But instead, it's interleads, and students are having to make these connections, whether any subject that be, and especially as we move into the AI revolution, problem solving and that ability to differentiate and deepen knowledge is going to be super important, and it's a lot better than the illusion of mastery that happens a lot of times with unit practice, 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 check, 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 move on, never see it again. Thanks for watching again. We are Lee and Mia Allen, and we are excited to talk to people and spread the word about how spiral learning can be used in an efficient manner to help students and help teachers.
Thanks.
Hi, we're Lee
And Mia. I keep forgetting. Alan.
No,
No, and I'm saying it wrong. Okay, let me start over. How can I say it? So our vision is that we can somehow make.
What's your vision?
Our vision is that one day.
Ready?
No, I'm awkward.
Hi.
Wait, I. Vision? I'm butchering this. I don't even know how to say it. I'm shaking too. I call it in a spiraled manner.
Mhm.
So our vision is that one day